Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Corrupted Voyager. Okay, so pencils first and then Sharpie. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video, look in the description and you'll see a place that you can click on, a timestamp, that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. And there's even one for the color too, if you don't want to stick around for anything but that. But hopefully you're going to stick around and watch a few more than just the last few seconds. So for those of us that are sticking around, I'm going to start off with this quick sketch for myself. Then we'll do Sharpies. But first, I got to do this, right? And so the fun part about it is I get to do whatever I want, you know? And that's where you'll get eventually too. You'll be able to draw whatever you want and put it in any pose you want, because I said this before in many videos that this pose doesn't exist, that I am the creator. I get to make whatever I want. And I'm looking at a picture from the store to get the look and the shape of it, but that's it. You know, I have to make up the rest of it on my own, and that's kind of the fun part of sketching out this stuff, or making it up myself, you know, because it's all about me. It's what I want to do, and that's the fun part of it. So hopefully this won't take me too long, because I kind of know where I'm going with this, and I just gotta sketch out the details, right? And also it's a suit that has, you know, a lot of color. Well, not a lot of color, but the details are going to be in the color. So there's not too much I got to worry about besides a human anatomy wearing a suit. And then we can, you know, have fun with it, with doing whatever we want. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Eventually, when you get to do it for yourself, you get to decide what position she's in, the suit, you know, what details you want to put in, what you want to leave out, and that kind of fun stuff. So you'll get there. You'll get there. Okay. I like this. I like where I'm going. I'm just gonna have her hand just kind of sticking out, because with all the Voyagers, I've pretty much drawn them like they're in space, you know, just floating. In other words, you know, there's not much more I can really do anyway, because they're astronauts, right? Or voyage knots, or loose knots, or top knots, or that's all I can think of. I'm out of knots, or note knots. Okay, I think I'm good with that. And now I just got to draw her other hand, and I just have kind of think I have this one kind of floating out too, but like in a no pose, kind of holding it up. Not no, but just kind of holding her hand up like that. I haven't really done one like that in a while, if at all, now that I think about it. I usually do the hands in some kind of fist or something like that. This one, I don't know if I've done a hand like this. Just kind of normal, you know? I always try to do something crazy and dynamic. This one I just want to have floating out there. Okay, I think that's good. Just going to add a few little details, because a lot of times I'll sketch out just the body shape and tell myself, okay, well, you're going to come back later on and add all those crazy details. Then I'll forget, you know? So, yeah, got to make sure I put it in this time. Okay. And let's see, I got to draw her breasts. We all have them. No big deal. Just part of the human anatomy. And I think I'm good with that. So we may be done. That's a quick sketch. So I'm going to erase some of this just so I don't have so much sticking out whenever I do my Sharpie, because we want the Sharpie to stand out, not the pencil sketch. If you're working with pencil only, then go for it. That's perfect. You just keep going at it. Okay, I'm going to switch over to Sharpie now. So it's going to be a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. And usually the pen I use for finer details, like the eyes and the face and stuff like that, but I don't think I have much of it this time, so I'm going to go straight in just with the Sharpie fine point because it's so fat that I'm just going to get right to it. So I'm going to start off with the head, and I'm going to, instead of just drawing the entire head, I kind of know where the mask is, so I want to do that first. So I'm going to start with one edge over here, following where it would hit with my sketch. And then I'm going to draw the other edge over here, and just draw that little connector piece, you know. And let's see, this is smaller than that, but it might be too small. I want to space it out just a little bit. Then I'm going to connect it like this. Do the other one over here like that. And I think that's good. I can live with that. The detail, obviously, I'm going to do with color because that's really cool looking. The corrupted alien face in there, and it would look much better with color. So I'm just going to draw the top of the skull, or the helmet, and I'm going to add little bumps for detail, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm going to come up here, add a tiny bump like that, one more on top, come over here, come down a little, and then go down like that. And the reason I did that was for the little seams in her helmet. Just something like that. And you're not really going to see all that once it's colored in, but it kind of gives it some extra detail and finesse, I guess is the word I was looking for. So now I'm going to draw the rest of her, and so I'm going to bring it down like this to where she's going to connect to her body, and then it's going to connect to the suit with a little connector like that right there, which is over this line, which is why I wanted to draw it first. And so now I'm just going to draw the rest of her suit. And so I'm going to, let me make sure there's no other detail in there. There is, there's a little bit, but again, don't worry about that with color. So now I'm going to draw her backpack straps, and that'll give me some good stop points for the rest of it too. So I'm going to draw one strap over like this, do something like that to kind of accent it, make it a little cooler. And there are little levels to it, I guess is the best thing to say. Notches, little sections. That's the word I'm looking for. There's sections to it. So I just wanted to add that real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and just work on her arms, go out like that since I have some good stop points. I'm going to draw, like I told you before, well, maybe you weren't listening. During the sketch I was saying it's pretty much just human anatomy with the suit over it. So I'm just going to basically draw anatomy, just kind of follow the shoulder, do some bumps and creases for the material, and then come over here and do the arm. And so she's got one of those big long gloves on, so I'm going to do something like that. And I'm kind of following, like I said, anatomy if it had material over it. And so I'm also going to come back here and add some creases and folds, just some stuff, because like I said, it's material, and that, see, little things like that make it come alive, you know, make it stand out and make it look like it's real material. Okay, so she's got little shoulder pads on, little tiny ones, so we're just going to do like that. Nothing big, nothing huge. So they're not really pads, they're just accented detail is what it is. So here I'm going to draw her wrist. I'm going to come in here like this and connect it there, and this is going to connect there, and there's a little box on top, but because her arm is turned like that, it's this block. If it was right here, you turn it and it's right there. Okay, so that's how we got that. So that means we're going to have her hand like this, and again, it's just kind of sticking out, just kind of floating there. There is a box on top of that, so I want to make sure I add that first, and then I can come in and draw the thumb like this to the finger, like that, the top of the finger like this, and that'll give me some good stop points, because like I said, you have to draw what's in front first, and then you can kind of get away with what's behind it. And so here I kind of have her doing something like this, see? So we kind of got away with drawing fingers, but not drawing fingers because some of that stuff was in the way, you know? All All right, so I'm going to add a little bit more detail, just some finesse. Oops, you know what? That's supposed to go right there. That's what I was supposed to be doing. Wrong place. Erase that part. I'm not going to worry about it because I can hide it with color, but you don't do that, okay? So now let's work on this one. So same thing, I'm just going to draw human anatomy just with some creases and folds for the material. And close it in like that. There's the elbow, bottom of the arm to the backpack. And again, just some lines. And I'm just making it up as I go. This is not, nothing that it's supposed to be like this. You got to add this one here. I'm just kind of doing where I think it would be fun to add some accents. All right. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to do her other glove over here. And this one, that little box is back behind, so we don't have to worry about that. We're just gonna tuck this in real quick. Oh, you know what? There is a little bit of a, that's what this was supposed to be, like a little, like almost like a connector piece. Like that holds on the glove, I guess. I don't know. She's a space knot. I can't really explain most of it. I can make it up as I go, though. Okay, so I'm going to draw the wrist like this, to the end of the glove. And now I'm just gonna, like I did over there, I'm just going to draw the hand. So I'm going to come over here, do the thumb, into the finger, like this. And again, I'm just going to stick the fingers out, just kind of, not really waving, but just, because it's not moving, right? But just there like that, just kind of sticking out. That's a little off. Those fingers are a little high, but that's okay. That's all right. This is the way we're drawing it. And there's the little glove part that's holding on that thing on the back of her hand. So once I do that, I can add just some creases and folds just to make it, like a glove. It's got lines in it from where it's being, there, like those kind of lines, stuff like that. And that's all we're gonna do there. So now I'm gonna work my way down. And so she does have breasts, and it happens. It's part of the human anatomy. So I'm not gonna go crazy with them, but I am gonna accent that she has anatomy, like that. That's all we're gonna do. Color will take care of the rest, but we're just doing that. And here I'll just add a little bit more like this, and add another line like that, and that'll just give us the human anatomy that a lot of people have. No big deal. So now I'm going to work my way down and just draw the suit to, I think, to those leg parts. That'll give us start-stop points. Well, let's go ahead and just do it. Well, no, I'm not, because I don't want you just throwing them down there yet until you see what we're doing. So I'm going to follow the anatomy here. I'm going to go through her waist, to her hip, down to right there. And that's where I'm going to put the little connector piece. Or not connector piece, but leg strap. Everybody has those leg straps. Well, they have them too. The old knots. Okay. All right, I'm going to do that every time just to make that noise, that popping noise, just because it's awesome. Okay, so let's draw this leg up to her crotch. Her crotch is right about there. And bring this one down to there where this strap was going to be. And that top part, and add the detail like I did there, just a little bit of accent. And so now, again, I got start-stop points so I can bring it all the way down. So I'm going to do her rib cage, going to bend the cloth just a little bit, and draw her hip to her thigh to where it connects like that. And so same thing, like I said, I'm just going to draw a little bit of creases and folds to show that the clothing is bent. But again, she's got detail, so I'm not going to do too much. I just wanted to do that just to, again, show that there's bending in the suit. So here I have one leg bent, tucked in back, kind of like that. The other one's just extended out. So I'm going to draw down to the knee, and there are like these little how do I explain it? I don't know what it is, so I can't really explain it. There's a knob. I'll just say that. There's a knob on her leg. So I'm going to draw down to her knee. I'm going to come back up, and I'm going to go and close it off because it's bent, so you don't have to worry about that. So the knob I was talking about is just this little divot like that. It's just a knob on the side. I can't tell you why. I can only tell you it's there. So now we're just going to draw the rest of that leg all bent back. But because it's bent back, you can't see too much because it's tucked back behind itself, you know? So we're going to kind of get away with doing that and getting away with a little cheat. We're drawing our foot like this. So I can draw the heel, come in like that, draw the front toe like that. And see how it's kind of bent back behind itself? So there's not a lot we can really draw, but we can draw a little bit and get away with it. So I'm just going to do that and add that little triangle detail that's in her foot like that. All right, so again, you know, it's all this is bent and folded, so there's only so much that you're going to see. So we'll kind of get away with that. Okay. All right, so let's draw this leg extended out and go ahead and enjoy all the glory of the extended leg. Let me draw her little knee pad right there. And so now we're going to draw anatomy with some creases. So there's her knee. There's the edge of her boot. And we'll go ahead and draw the other side over here down to the knee. And it's flared out a little bit, so that's why it kind of looks big like that. Because like there's a lot of material all bunged into those boots. So I'm going to draw the boot. And come down like this. And there's a bigger, like, what do you call it? Edge at the bottom of that boot. And before I add all the rest of the detail, I'll go ahead and draw this foot out here. And this one is pretty much just kind of straight at you. Oops, I lost my picture. Yeah, like that. And so we can draw, let's see how I can get away with this. Kind of something like that. There we go. Oops, I'm going to connect some of the stuff that's just kind of floating out there. All right, so now let me add just a little bit of detail, like that little triangle that's on the front there. And we'll go ahead and do that. But mostly I'm just going to add a few little lines for, like I said, the folds and all the cloth here. All right, something like that. Looks good to me. Okay, so I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Corrupted Voyager. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.